Good morning, everybody. Yo, what's up? It's your boy. What's up? Hi, it's Mr. Ornlu. Very sad. I hope not.
Let's go to Heartt's Mr. Ornlu.
Thanks for the 20 months. Alright, I think we can get rid of Silver and Gold League. That's nothing useful. Alright. It's been a couple days. Filter. What does filter do again? Oh yeah, doesn't it reduce the damage of super effective moves or something like that? Yeah. Rip. Yeah, now there can't be, unless I add another type, there aren't any type combos that have no weaknesses. I've been playing Leaf Green. I'm really annoyed, though. Well, like, okay, so I'm annoyed because I can't use my favorite Pokemon, Alakazam, or one of my top 5 favorite Pokemon, Gengar, but I'm trying to force myself to use different Pokemon this go around. Trades? I don't have a friend to trade with. It's only local. Alright, has HCA, has red. You have additional food on a food collection source. Monastery stuff. None. Unique unit has more attack than a standard Civ. Estone, I really wish they would. Yeah, I think you can go to Pokemon Home in the future, but they didn't launch with that. But like online trades to get the version exclusives. And then like the thing with trade evolutions is what you want most of the time is to use your own Pokemon. So like if I catch an Abra, I want that Abra to be my Alakazam. I don't want to hit someone else's, right? And like even when I was a kid, we'd always just trade back and forth so we could get our own Pokemon, right? Same as the all the other ones. Well, they re-released Fire Red and Leaf Green for the Switch, so that's what I was talking about. But they announced, what is it, Winds and Waves? That's gonna be for the Switch 2. But the Switch 2 is going to be my my getting a job present from me to me, so I need to hold off, man. Oh, Pokopia. I heard it's very good. It's like Animal Crossing and Minecraft, but like Pokemon. And you're a Ditto, so you have the Ditto face on everything. Alright, HCA with red, Huns. Food on an additional food collection source. Thoughts? HCA with a monk bonus of some kind. Cowboy Bebop, you bet I have. Yep. Lithuanians. As has Corgi, yes, Ein is a very good boy. Non-unique unit has more attack than a standard civ. So, like, Aztecs? I think they have red in it. Yeah, it's got a... Well, it looks kind of brown to me, but, you know. Halfway through it, it's good. It's really nice. Like, I talk about ambiance and, like, the you know, the AoE campaigns as I'm getting back into the Civ review and tier list series. I did an update video that's like a half hour long. So that's going to be coming up after the last scenario of Pachacuti. But Cowboy Bebop has some of the best, like, vibes or ambiance of any anime. Alright, so additional food on a food source, and non-unique unit has more attack than a standard civ. It's a very melancholy, yeah, exactly. Have additional food on the food source, none. Oh yeah, scorpions. Yep. Good one. And then monk bonus. Oh yeah, and rocketry. For the rocket carts. It's every 5 minutes, indeed. Back when you actually had to watch TV. Yep, Burmese. Okay, so hand cannons and bombard cannons with red, Spanish. Can have additional food on a food source, Portuguese. What? Oh, additional food. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I was thinking additional resources from a food collection source. Yep. Goths, and what would be over here? Oh, the Burmese emblem's great. It's got the peacock on it. I didn't miss anything, did I? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, they're just doing their drafts. Oh, okay, yeah, here. Tatars go here. Goths go here. And... Burgundians. Not too bad. These just had to be Chinese and Goths. Actually, this middle one had to be Tatars because of Chinese and Goths here, so... Yeah, Tatars, Chinese, Goths. Everything else was very, very easy. Alright. Let me pull up these Civ drafts. Should be a good set here. I'm very interested in it. Monocle and Northern Crossings. Two maps we don't see all that much. And the neutral... At least Japanese were banned. Don't know why the War Wagon is deciding to be shy. Inca, Muisca, Tupi, Mapuche. Boring. Okay, real talk, guys. Isn't it like Friday? I'm really surprised. We're 2 weeks into the DLC and we haven't had a nerf to the Chomperinos. Oh. Is Hearttt the higher seed than Yo? Kind of surprising. New 2 months? I've talked about it before. I think that... No, I think it has nothing to do with sales. I think that the devs have a series of changes they want to implement. And I think that the devs do a very, very poor job of actually changing them. I really feel like that it's just a bizarre struggle to actually patch their own game. And I don't really get it. I can guarantee you it has nothing to do with sales. The only, like, sales adjacent ban bypass first, yeah. No, good call. The sale adjacent thing is that they're going to err on the side of making something a little too strong than too weak, so that yes, people buy the DLC, but also people who own the DLC can like use them and it not be like awful. Yeah, I just think that they just didn't test step lancers enough, to be honest, because they were busy focusing on everything else, like importing DE over. But obviously, they screwed that one up pretty bad. In the Civs? Well, then, I mean, it's not like there was any sort of illusion. Build outposts, stone and... What? No. That's not how the unit works. That's like the whole thing with Chompies, is that they're scout units. Anyway, we're in Brazil somewhere, man. Brazil's really freaking big. And enjoying? Well, that's unfortunate. I personally really enjoy the Civs. All three. But I also like the American Civs in general. But I think a lot of people don't really like them as much because they don't do cavalry, and people generally prefer cavalry. I mean, Mapuche do cavalry, but it's not like normal knights and stuff. I don't know, guys. Yep. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Busted, they're a little too good, I think. I don't think... I think Busted is a... You know, we should reserve that for launch Ketons. Blackwood Archers, I think, with Curare specifically, are a little overtuned. The discount... Well, you're not supposed to be getting the refund back. Like, it's supposed to be the 2 Blackwood Archers themselves are 7.5% to get 15% total, but now it's 15% each, so you get 30% back in total, which is literally the first thing I tested with the unit, so I have, like, zero idea how the devs didn't realize that. Malkerns Manzini. MR. I don't think that's Turkey. MR? Is that South Africa? Could be South Africa. Backlash, I can tell you that they thought that Ketons would be overtuned. I don't think they realized how much. A sign facing the other way? Oh, Eswatini. I wonder what the MR for Eswatini is. Ah, thank goodness, guys. Oh, my face is in the way. Look at this, guys. This is some really helpful tip. If you didn't know, Eswatini has tall grass. Did you know that no other country on the planet has tall grass except Eswatini? I know, I was just thinking, wild Pokemon are hiding out in the tall grass. Eswatini. Oh, really? No lawnmowers in Eswatini. It's just not something that the country believes in. The good people of Eswatini oppose lawnmowers on a philosophical level. All right, guys, let's do this. We are here on High Tides. Already a little bit of some love taps going on here between the two Scout Cavalry. Hearttt is going to be here in the red as the Mongols to the west, and to the east in the blue as the Malians. It will be Yo, and I actually really like this from Yo. Against Mongols early Dark Age, just freaking go with your Scout, man. The Mongol Scout, you know, it doesn't get any better than other civs in Feudal Age, but you're up to Feudal Age so much faster that you almost always win those Scout Wars. But, I mean, here, you're still just an early Dark Age, you know. This is the very start of the game. And disrupting that early Mongol build, I actually really, really like this from Yo. It's not something we see all that often. He's gonna start pushing the zebra in the other direction. And why is it Hearttt? I think it's Yo by a little bit. Not by much, but I think that Hearttt has a much better chance against Yo than he does against Leary and Hera. Even though I would say Yo is up, you know, I would say the same level as Leary. Just in general. But Yo hasn't had the best tournament so far. Yo 3-0'd Siscon, but then he lost to Hera, obviously. And he also lost to Vinchester in a very close set. So Yo is... They're both 4 and 5, but Hearttt has one more overall win than Yo does. And of course, that Hearttt versus Vinchester... Oh, we already had Hearttt versus Vinchester. Yeah, that was a big win for Hearttt, for sure. Run right after the hit. Well, that's latency for you. For those of us who grew up on the days of user patch 1.4, actually, user patch 1.3 was even worse in terms of lag. I don't think I played Voobly before UP 1.3, though. Possibly, yeah, I mean, every single game matters. It's a tough group. The Group B is the group of death. For those who don't remember who was in Group B, Era, Vinchester, Hearttt, Yo, Siscon, Lucho. So it's poor Siscon and Lucho, and then 4 players in the top 10. Or at least 4 players I would personally put in the top 10. Obviously, Hera's number 1. Yo is very easily top 5 at worst. I think Vinchester and Hearttt are pretty decisively top 10, though. Meanwhile, Yo just hanging around over there. Nothing too crazy happening with the dock placement. I like the others. I mean, Mongols are my favorite civ, but I like Malians a lot. You know, if I was really good at holding grudges, I'd say that I still never forgave Hearttt and Leary for trash talking my tournament, but, you know. I'm not very good at holding grudges. Top 3 favorite? There's such a well-designed Civ, man. Like, it took some iterating for sure, but, like, Malians legit have 3 bonuses. And yet they feel like one of the most distinct Civs in AoE 2, in my opinion, in terms of, like, how their playstyle works with that flexibility but awkward early Imperial Age switch. Well, Hearttt is up faster. Did get loomed, though. Is this useful? Oh, it's hitting the villager! Oh, I didn't even realize that was a thing you could do! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's definitely a tough Civ to play. Wow. Okay, that could be close to game winning. I mean, Yo's trying to keep the Vill alive, but, like, come on, man. There's only so much you can realistically do. It does mean the fishing ships aren't working. But you're Mongols. You're ahead in resources anyway, and you're up to feudal age so much faster. It's Hulkin time. Wow. I mean, good wall in there from Hearttt for sure. Barracks on the way, too. Double Bitaxe was researched. Of course, Yo is going to be significantly slower. That's just how the Mongols work. But, to compensate for it, you don't really have anything else at this point, and Yo gonna get a little bit of revenge there. Oh, this is all so stupid. So, what's your plan, Yo? I mean, this is a hyper-fast uptime, docks right next to each other sort of hybrid map. And Heartt's gonna get the... Oh, I thought he'd get the kill there. Whenever I try that, the scout always dies. Guess Yo's a bit better than I am. Well, that's kind of a cool flag. Almost like it is a ship of some kind. Meanwhile, archery range is coming in. Archery range is already in. Yo's got his first archer in production. But Yo's ships are idle. Wait, did Yo cancel a Hulk? I think he did. But yeah, Hearttt is just freely fishing right now with his faster uptime, and I mean, this is what Mongols do, right? They are very strong on aggressive hybrid maps. Well, the more aggressive, the better, but there isn't any real way around this being hyper-aggressive in the north. Fishing is too good, and the dock positions are always going to be right here because they give you the closest fishing distance. That's the 4th Hulk. That's a lot of hulking, guys. And look at this. Now is when food income becomes real scarce. Did Hearttt lame a couple of his opponent's goats as well? I think that might have been the case. Now, it does take a while for these Hulks to snipe the docks because they actually have negative building damage. Otherwise, they'd be completely insane versus buildings. After the game, you always see the pick civs after the game. I always have the drafts up. What is it, Mr. Goat Stroker 34? 5 Hulks were gifted to the race of Hearttt. Now remember, guys, you actually can have up to 10 ships in a dock. So you're going to see 6 out of 5 in a second. It's really terrible. Oh. Do you think Yo knows that? Maybe he doesn't know that. Unless he just wanted to push out right then and there anyway. But no, you can get all the way up to 10 ships in the dock if you have the, you know, the gather point set on top of the dock. Anyway, this is obviously a huge numbers advantage right now for Hearttt. Archers are going around. You can see there really is no downside to the position of Hearttt. He's up faster, had more ships, had a faster fletching time. He's just ahead in resources, and I mean, this is classic Mongol stuff. He was trolling. It's what he does. All right, it is just pure archers right now. That said, Yo's getting a nice farming infrastructure going. Hearttt still has more natural food sources he can take, though, which is obviously a benefit. Yo's probably going to want to shoot and scoot right there. He has the high ground. Yep. Well, Yo should get the better end of that fight. Now, like, Leary would have microed that 1 weak HP archer back so it wouldn't take any damage, but even so, that's still a good fight for Yo. Like, if we go really, really particular, then yeah, but I mean, Yo's still taking good trades. And of course, those Malian discounts and better gold miners are going to add up over time. Padded archer armor is about to be in, though, and of course, you can't take any damage to the TC here. I mean, you can, but you shouldn't. And here we are from Hearttt. Yo going to be forced to pull back a little bit. Those quick wells are very good. So good reaction there from Mr. Yo, but this is what happens when the multitasking is going to struggle a little bit. That dock apparently can't range those ships. And now Hearttt going to strike right back in the overall KD. And now, of course, he's going for the almighty skirmisher. That scout's having a bad day, too, and just like that, Heartt's right back in this one. Yo is 8 farms. Heartt's got his own farming infrastructure down. Heartt's going to win that fight easily, too. I mean, it's all very much mirrored so far. Oh, geez. Yo is really struggling with the multitasking. I mean, this is just a map that Hearttt is going to do super well on. In general, you'd expect him to win versus almost anybody in the world. Yep. Oh, boy. And look at the resources, guys. So much better for Red. I mean, he's had his fishing ships working for so long, and the dock goes down. Yeah, cancel the Hulk right there and add in more fishing ships. Should ban this map, especially if they're against Hera, Leary, or Hearttt. I mean, this map is just all execution. I mean, no, they literally went for, like, the same exact opening. Sometimes you'll go men-at-arms, but it's a pretty big risk. So it's really just coming down to pure execution. That said, these scouts are certainly catching Hearttt off guard. But the +1 defense actually helps you survive quite a few more hits. But look at this, guys. Hearttt now entirely back in archer production. He's just going to click up to Castle Age in a moment. I mean, this one fishing ship isn't even doing anything, so you just have those 3 fishing ships working, getting that gradual advantage. 700 more resources for Red right now, and that is in both food and wood. A little bit of damage there. And it's double ranges, right? So those numbers are looking very good right now for Hearttt. And there he is, on his way up to Castle Age. No market usage needed. That's just extremely clean eco management. And he wouldn't be able to do it, honestly, if he didn't get those extra sheep over his opponent, or goats, and have the fishing ships working. That together is what gave him the important uptime advantage. That said, it's still only 30 seconds! Uh-oh. Uh-oh, spaghetti Mr. Yo. And if Yo doesn't win this series, I don't think he advances to the playoffs. Oh man, Yo's falling apart super hard. Yeah, this game is looking increasingly over. Yeah. Guys, remember when the KD was like 7-2 in favor of Yo? .5 chance? Yeah, that's low. It would require Lucho and Siscon to take some big upsets, I think. Crossbow Bodkin, I mean, it's just perfect place. Like, you start with archers, you switch to a few skirmishers to deal with the counterattack, and then you just go full archers to get a good castlage time. You got Bodcrow Saw on the way for Heartt. Second TC. I really think that, one, I mean, you just naturally have the initiative advantage with the Mongols. I mean, that's how it works. But I think it's the multitasking. And of course, Heartt's a lot faster than Yo. Not that APM is everything when it comes to multitasking, but it is very relevant, shall we say. Like, there is literally nothing that Yo is doing that is better than his opponent right now. He's now getting skirmisher upgrades. Guys, going skirmishers when you have a worse eco is never a winning play. I never see it work. $12.6k to 10.7k. Like, look at this difference. Your hate for Mongols grew even more. It's a tough civ to play against, for sure. I mean, I'm just not sure why you would want to ban Mudflow Reverse Acropolis. Okay, maybe African River, but actually Hearttt banned that. Yeah, I'm just surprised that Yo would let this map go through against somebody like Hearttt or Cocast. No, not yet. I did a gold cast, but it was a terrible series. It was Dogao versus Kasva. Their fast-moving siege push? Yeah, it was a Dogao stop. I mean, Mongol drill siege plus Mangudai is like literally the most difficult army composition to get to. As far as like regular AoE army compositions go, I actually can't think of an army composition that's slower to get to than Drill Siege plus Mangudai. Yeah, Doubt vs. Villessa was a great series. No, guys, this game is so freaking over, man. Hearttt going CA. He's Mongols. He's allowed to go CA. That go imp all the time. I mean, Mongols are insane in those settings. You need a civ that has an equally ridiculous death ball. Like, you need a civ with crazy good siege onagers or bombard cannons or elephants. 30 Portuguese cannons? Aren't they? I mean, the Portuguese are okay. But you need a bunch of bombard towers. Like, you need bombard tower plus organ gun plus bombard cannon plus halb. Which, no, isn't actually any slower to get to than drill plus siege. Or Drill Siege plus Mangudai. Guys, in case you didn't know, this game is like super over. There we go. Well, that was a hybrid game if I've ever seen one. Oh, whoops, this is a Play All 3, and it's Platinum League. Platinum League. There we go. Versus Howls? Well, I mean, that just is an execution thing. Siege is a lot harder and less forgiving to control than Mangudai is. %80 of the time, T90 really loves him. Mem does too. And they're really the only two main tournament organizers we have right now. And Red Bull just likes aggressive maps in general, whether they be land or hybrid. Hybrid Arena? I mean, we literally have Hybrid Arena in the map pool. What are you talking about? Entertaining at least? Yep. GeoGuessr time? Oh yeah, I forgot. Well, I kind of it's 21 seconds. Northern Crossings is next. A map I actually like. Alrighty guys, here we are, game numero dos. We'll feature Yo in the blue as the Hangugin. He really needs to win this one to the northwest, and Hearttt in the red as the Chinese to the southeast. Classic civs. Although Koreans feel like less of a classic civ these days. I mean, they are technically a classic civ, but they feel less like what is the same? Power upgrades free. Stone miners working faster. War wagons are functionally very similar to what they've always been. Shinkichon extra range is the same, and villagers plus 3 line of sight's the same. So like half the civ is the same. Yo likes turtles? I like turtles. Well, we could see turtles versus the dragon ships. That'd be pretty fun. But yeah, Koreans should be the better civ here as the game goes on, but Chinese eco is not to be taken lightly, and Hearttt is still going to be very good as far as that goes. Chinese were like the best civ in the game post, like late game water civ, post Three Kingdoms and pre-water rework, because now they miss the final speed upgrade and they miss incendiaries. But their low chwans are still very good. You can get like blast damage on them, which is really nice. And of course, you still have an insane eco. It is just good to have. So the first question really is going to be, where are they going to dock?
什么？
You have 6 on wood.
자요?
You have 5 on wood.
저요? 何种命令？
Nice build here from Heartt. I guess the docks are going to both be at the back and both be relatively similar, so chances of this game being hyper-aggressive are fairly low. These aren't the two civs to go forward with either. Like, a back dock with an aggressive civ just means that you're, going to be going forward and don't want to be investing in water. A back dock with these two civs probably means that you're being passive. I mean, I suppose either could go aggressive. I mean, it's not like it's impossible, but... You see Koreans, you want to play towards Castle Age on the water maps. You see Chinese, you just don't want to be the aggressor in the first place anyway because you have a better eco. Oh, gracias, Malamadre.
준비. 대기.
All right, just pushing in some Ibex. Fishing ships out here for each player. Looks like Heartt's build might be a little bit better. War in the Middle East. Yes, I freaking love War in the Middle East. It makes me so happy
자요?
seeing more people die for no reason. Or rather, to distract from the Epstein files, which is worse than no reason.
何种命令？喂，什么？
It's going to attack at any time. Oh, yes. For war in the Middle East, yeah. Keep a price of peace for sure.
何种命令？
Well, we can't even agree if it's a war or not, because the executive branch says it's a war and Congress says it's not a war. Because if it was a war, that would mean it's Congress's responsibility, and Congress doesn't want responsibility.
준비. 대기. 자요?
I didn't vote for this. Yeah, they just want to let Trump do whatever he wants, and then they can just keep collecting their paychecks and be in their cushy positions of power. So they can, continue to not do anything. Yeah, it's very weird, because, back in ye olde days, Congress would do anything to, give itself power over the president, but that really changed after World War II. I mean, it slowly changed, but it did change over time. Even when Nixon was impeached, it was, very bipartisan.
喂，
Completely different neighborhoods, yeah. Anyway, I was wrong, as I so often am in life. Heartt's going forward and aggressive with Chinese. I mean, good eco, of course. But Yo's already very, very safe here. And Yo's probably going FC. Are they still bombing Iran? I think so. Or is it just the retaliatory strikes? Ayatollah dead? Oh, well, just this morning, Trump said that he demanded unconditional surrender, which I don't really understand.
예? 준비.
It's what does that even mean?
자요?
America and Israel's relationship is extremely problematic for both countries and global peace. Or rather, the pursuit of global peace. Alright, there's the blacksmith, there's the market. And at least at this point, nothing too crazy is happening. Yo will probably be forced to invest into a defensive tower. Probably right here would be good. At least everyone around them? Exactly.
자요?
get more depressed. It's really rough. All right, Castle Age is on the way, but it's still tricky here for Yo. He hasn't taken any major damage yet, but this is still very, very good pressure from Hearttt. Anyway, that tower's going to go up, and Yo's going to be out of a wood line, and he has no safe stone to collect. Hello. American military bases there.
저요?
Oh, Yo bought another tower. Is it out of range of this tower? It's hard to say. Yeah, Iran's strategy was basically to spread out the damage and make that everybody who's affiliated with the U.S. pay for the U.S.'s decision to try and make it less popular. Which, when you know you can't win a war with the U.S. like that, then I think that's a reasonably smart military strategy. Oh my god, I can't believe I have to freaking allow the word Iran every single time. Kuwait done more damage to the U.S.? Kuwait's always been a U.S. ally. End of the Ukraine war? I mean, Trump will certainly do anything to try and make himself look good, but I think it has a lot more to do with the Epstein files. U.S. plane? Oh, did they? Oh, I missed that bit of news. Monastery. Wouldn't you want a siege workshop? Am I crazy? I mean, yes, but... that unitech nations that forbid the USA to use military bases for aggression against Iran. Well, I mean, the idea is that that isn't actually ever going to happen because the US will use the military bases for whatever the heck they want. Great, like, again, I'm no fan of Iran. And I think they do a very terrible job of trying to make friends, but the USA will generally just do whatever it wants, right? I mean, now we're in the situation of, okay, your Castle Age, Yo, to what end? Because Heartt's going to be up to Castle Age pretty soon, and his eco's a lot better. Once again, like, a lot better. Whoa! That is not the right thing to hit. Yeah, Yo just can't afford a turtle ship right now. He's a little... Oh, wait, no, they changed the cost of turtle ships, right? Okay, there's a rocket cart. Yo with a relic. But we're going to be in a situation in just a moment where Hearttt can just add TCs. He still has a ton of Hulks. And I really don't love Yo's position. Oh, the painters turned on the fan in my room on accident. Auto detection, or the word Iran makes every message auto-held that has the word Iran in it. Yep, and I have to manually accept it every single time. Alright, Yo's heading a TC. Heartt's still only on the 1. Bosaw medium warships both on the way. I mean, he has got a lot of Hulks. Make us mod, yes, for sure. Yeah, Yo just now getting some eco upgrades, Hearttt adding in a second TC, but again, just look at this eco difference. New Persia. Hulks are swooping in here, guys. Uh-oh. I mean, you got no presence on water, man. 3 feudal age Hulks are not gonna cut it. Now a third TC coming in from Hearttt. Medium warships? Why did not just go for some turtle ships? Yeah, I don't know, guys. It feels like this strategy is just always going to have Yo on the back foot. This is something that could work if it's a land map and your opponent doesn't have a fishing eco behind it. Like, your opponent goes forward and aggressive, you go fast castle, then you can just add TCs and catch right back up in villagers, but you just can't really do that if you are on a water map. Oh, yeah, that's because Joe Biden was boring. And, that's apparently not what people like.
준비. 대기.
준비해기.
To run again? It's pretty ridiculous that he not only ran, but he won again. But I think we're just in the situation where everyone in America hates the current administration, so what happens is we just seesaw back and forth constantly. Oh my goodness. Freaking Fodler with his anime language. But a lot of, I mean, it's not remotely surprising. Guys, I don't know how Yo's gonna win this game. Yeah, I think it was a typo.
예?
Oh my goodness, the frickin' fan is on again. I thank you, Mr. Fodleroo.
저요?
Polymarket? That's just so bizarre. Like,
什么？
why are people so degenerate that they need to gamble on everything? Like, I would not trust it in the slightest. Allowed to run for president? Like, what? The reasons we don't have stuff like that in America is that you don't, in theory, want the elites to be conspiring to limit who can run for office and, you know, try and supplant them. Wow, what do you know? Alright, 4 ducks here. A cognitive test. Yeah. And hello, Mr. Yes. Yes, the new civs are allowed, but they're banned every single time, so it doesn't matter. No ballistics yet. Like, maybe Yo can get a faster Imperial Age? The thing is, that kind of limits democracy, right?
준비.
The whole thing with democracy is that it just doesn't really work if the voter base is not informed. You get what you want? Yeah, but like, what if the questions are misleading? What if they are framed in a way that push you to one candidate over the other? What if they're constructed in such a way that you're answering something that you don't necessarily agree with? That's just, like, so easy to abuse. I mean, we literally have, you know, constant voter suppression happening in America. Information is no longer trusted and believed. Well, yeah, that's... When we say informed, it's like not being susceptible to fake news, but like it's so hard to do that. All right, Yo is going to click up to him first. That is going to be one way he can try and get an advantage here, and Koreans do have the better late-game navy. Also, a lot of people vote on vibes, which I find very odd, but I guess it is technically their right. About the wrong information? Yeah. Heated shot. I mean, that's going to be an important one for sure. But we got the clinkers. Guys, our clinkers are getting constructed. Ornlu Switch Chat, the best, most unbiased news source of all. All right, Heartt's on his way up as well. All right, Yo can win this game because Heartt chose that more passive approach. But it's going to be tough. Well, yeah, but it's not like the powers that be are going to actually want to implement those changes. Well, I mean, it's how it's messaged, right? To a lot of those people, it's really about owning the libs and making people upset and angry, as opposed to any specific policy positions. Well, political parties aren't even in the Constitution, and the framers of the Constitution were not fans of them, generally speaking. There's actually a very confusing legal distinction in the US right now because political parties are both private clubs that have no official purpose, right? Like, they're literally just private clubs. But they also, in practice, serve as official functions for government. Yeah, we're not the Federalists versus the Anti-Federalists anymore. Yes, I mean, like, again, America literally had political parties developed almost instantly. Anyway, Korean coming in. Heartt does have the very good fast fire ships, so Yo's going to want something that's good against fire ships, which I think is turtles. I haven't done the test yet. But turtles are, like, very explicitly supposed to be good against fires, and this should be a great meat shield anyway. Heavy warships is going to come in, and that will give you the super special awesome fire ships. Well, they don't have blast furnace. That's a big one.
준비.
No Ipsong yet. And again, guys, like, Yo is behind in resources. And that could be a lot of ships that could get out of position. Yo's now getting his own heavy warships upgrade, but later than his opponent. And here are the dragon ships, guys, and they are fast. And I fear that Yo's ships are all going to be getting caught out of position. Yeah, no heated shot in yet. And with incendiaries in, or siphons, not incendiaries, the other one. Yep. Yo's not going to be going for some Carax. Those melted? Well, I mean, they're literally Castle Age ships versus Imperial Age ships that are countering them. And also, like, the super good version of the Imperial Age ships that counter them. It's kind of to be expected. An AoE 1 unit? Really? I don't think they do. Well, he doesn't really have a huge eco, right? That's Yo's whole thing. Shipwright Bracer both coming in now. Lochuans are on the way. Is important? I mean, they're good, but they're not, like, essential. Drydock coming in. But yeah, 9 on food versus 23 is actually a very significant difference. Also, you never got Heavy Plow, so that's going to hurt him in the long run. Ipsong coming in, but I think this is actually a game that is just Yo was behind in eco this entire time and is going to have a very difficult time actually keeping up with his opponent. I mean, he's behind in everything. Like, look at this difference. 8K to 4.5K army value. Voting in my state? Yep, I already filled out my ballots. Well, primary ballots. We vote again in November. Is this good for Yo? It's really hard to say, because we have so few games of, like, full late game with the new Navy. I feel like it's probably fine for Hearttt. Are the candidates good? I think we have some good candidates. I'm a big fan of our governor. And I think our new Senate candidate's pretty good. Well, I mean, it was a primary, but I think he's going to win easily. He's like the only one who's investing a ton into ads and stuff. Pritzker? Yeah. Alright, there's Heated Shot for Yo. Obviously, this is way too late. No shipwright was ever researched for Yo. I mean, this is looking pretty bad. The Senate candidates? Raja Krishnamurthy is the guy who's probably going to win. But he seems good. I mean, I like Dick Durbin a lot, but, like, he became very unimpressive in recent years in terms of voting against the powers that be. And I got, like, the number here. Man, this series has not been good, has it? Oh, this has also been a thing that's happening. Is Yo washed? I think Yo's washed, guys. I don't think it's actually possible for Yo to advance to the playoffs. Like, real talk, guys. Not only has he lost to everybody in front of him. Yeah. But I don't think they're going to do that. Yeah, Monocle is the last map. But, like, this game was really a matter of, look at this fast castle doing nothing useful. So many more resources for Hearttt. Like, Yo Civ actually being better is what is keeping him in the game so long, but it's obviously all a moot point at this stage. And let me tell you, I don't throw around the word moot lightly. Like, if you're just sitting under Heated Shot keeps, like, you know the game is really over. Wow. Not a single turtle ship. I mean, you just didn't opponent. Like, this is the second game in a row that he's just lost the early water battle by trying to do something a little different, but it just has not worked out. I mean, it was great macro from Hearttt, for sure. And what I liked from Hearttt there is that he made sure that he had enough Lochwans to just knock down all of those docks as they popped up. His strengths, was it banned? Yeah, Hearttt banned Seychelles. Actually, no, he picked it before it was banned. Second game in a row without turtle ships? Yeah, why didn't Yo frickin' make turtle ships as Malians? Alright, Monocle's gonna be the last map. Game with towers? I mean, yeah, you had to keep the pressure on there for sure as Hearttt. Alright, guys, I'm gonna get some more coffee.
All right.
Were you living in the year 8 AD anti-dash? Yes, exactly. Yes, Dash is 8. Well, technically he turns 8, like, later this month, but yeah, he's basically 8. Dash was a puppy? Did I get Dash before or after I started streaming? After, actually. Stupid cone? It wasn't the stupid cone. All doggies have to have the cone. It was still stupid. Don't make fun of them like that. It's not their fault they need to have their testes/ovaries removed.
C. Buzarras.
Anyway, it's Burgundians versus Wei here.
和鲁命令为
I actually, let me check the T90 website. Yeah, Yo can't get first place. He has a 0.3 chance per second and 4.6 for third. If Hearttt wins this game, Yo is all but guaranteed to not advance. If Yo wins this game, he's still almost certainly guaranteed to not advance. I mean, it requires Siscon, I think, beating Hera and Hearttt, or something like that. Which isn't going to happen. So if we just put in Hera 3-0 Siscon, alright, if Hearttt also 3-0 Siscon, then yeah, Yo's basically Dunzos. If we have Yo 3-0 Lucho, like, legit, guys, I think this is probably what the final result will look like. Let's just say Hera 2-1 Vinchester. This feels extremely likely. I just don't think Siscon and Lucho are competitive with these guys. Never, yeah, no, not gonna happen. But I think for all intents and purposes, Yo's pretty dunzos. Which is definitely surprising. I mean, not maybe as surprising considering his group, but I don't think he's playing quite up to his standard. I think he's running into the issue where I don't think you can survive right now with a poor early game. Remember, the Flemish Militia were nerfed.
何种命令
Washed? I mean, you could say he's washed. I don't think you'd be, I guess, wrong in technically, but I think the bigger issue is that the issues that he's always had as a player, relatively speaking, which was the early game, are so exposed in the current meta and by a player like Hearttt, who's extremely good in the early game.
何种命令
It looks extremely over. Burgundians feel pretty silly on this map. Well, it was Wu or Malay? Maybe I probably would have gone Wu. This map's a little too aggressive for Wei, it feels like. Yeah, I doubt Yo is gonna mix up the Chinese civilizations.
准备就绪。
The ones he probably learned about ad nauseum in grade school.
什么？
Faster? They used to be, but then Flemish militia were added at the barracks, and now Burgundians are much faster. Fletching now coming in for Yo. It's already in for Hearttt. At the same time, you might be right.
准备就绪。
Man, this is sad though. I mean, even though Hearttt himself is a very accomplished player,
喂，
it's like, you know, we're in the new era. The era of the hamster.
什么？
Sì. Usato.
喂，
His units, they're like okay. They're like slightly worse than men-at-arms, generally speaking. But
我懂命令。
they train super fast. They have like half the train time as regular swordsmen. I mean, look how fast they train. Chronicles Greece, wow.
何种命令？
Abu Davis.
Game is so different. Yeah, I mean that's what happens. To be fair, AoE 2 is probably more similar than another game. Like, I jumped into Overwatch after a few years of playing, and I was just so confused the entire time. Like, I had no idea what's going on. I'm sure if I jumped into League of Legends or Dota after 3 years of not playing, it would be just the same. The hamster meta was going away? No, not in the slightest. The hamster meta will never die. Mistake. Unfortunately, I have friends IRL, and they're all about, you know, the shooter stuff. Yeah, if Yo loses this game, he literally can't advance, no matter what else happens. I'll do. Oh, it is. Victim? Yeah, so the way you do that is actually give them bonus damage versus cavalry in Dark Age.
喂，
Usato.
It's a little unintuitive because you'd be getting bonus damage versus cavalry and then losing it with an upgrade, but so long as you do more damage overall, I don't think it actually matters.
Sì.
何种命令？
What's the other set today, by the way? I literally only look at the first set of the day. Oh, it's Hera versus Siscon. Oh boy.
Usato.
So attractive with shooters? I mean, they're fun.
什么？
I mean, it's just, you know,
Usato.
it's fun. Like Cavalier. I feel like that would actually be less intuitive than just giving them one more attack versus cavalry in an early game.
Davis.
什么？
Sì.
Like, Yo has a great KD, which is pretty funny because he's, like, absurdly far behind. This goes to show the unit production advantage here. Like, it's 47 to 23 units made. I mean, you were just vomiting units across the map, and because you can gather from the shorefish like this, and you can get bowsaw, your income is just so good as Heartt. Like, he was at Idlevilles this entire time, and Heartt's killed 12. This tournament, I think that he's running into the issue where the players here and the map pool are really not kind to you if you struggle in Feudal Age. Hard to beat Siska and then sweep Lucho if he loses this game. Ah, easy. Easy peasy. I mean, it is a tough group, right? It's a very, very good group. There are 4 top 10 players in it, and somebody's gonna likely fall, but you'd think it would be either Vinchester or Heartt. But you lost to both of them, so obviously they would both deserve to go in over him. Avoid the scout. You can't really do that, though, because they move slower than scouts. So you'd have a scout unit that couldn't go out on the map and scout, which would be not useful. I guess wheelbarrow's coming in.
Sí. What's that? Sí. Abu Davis. What's that? Abu Davis. Sí.
Avoid the scout.
Abu Davis.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if you're slower, right? Because then, like, if you're out in the middle of the map, then it, you know, the scout's just walking towards you, and then they would just go kill you. He's up slightly faster. He's also going to lose this fight. Expands by spreading? What? I like how Burgundians are basically better Goths right now. I really think Flemish militia should have a slower train time.
Sí.
Like, what's Yo even gonna do in Castle Age? Make Shenbei Raiders? They're still gonna die to all this baloney. Cabbage, but cabbage doesn't spread. I mean, maybe its seeds do. I don't really know about the life cycle of a cabbage.
What's that?
Nerfs?
What's that?
It was a 5 HP nerf, which is quite significant.
Sí. Abu Davis.
Red Bull around the corner? Yeah, but like I said, they just can't seem to figure out how to patch their own game, which I find very bizarre.
What's that?
Yeah, Arson is in. True spread of drought. Hello, puppy saturation.
Sí.
Every month? I know, man.
What's that?
Is okay. Like I said, there are a lot of changes I know that FE wants to implement, but they really just don't seem to be able to actually implement anything, so it's like, or at least not very quickly. And I have no idea what the logistic issues are behind them actually patching their own game. Like I said, it's not like they don't have things they know they want to implement or change, but they just don't seem to be able to actually do it. Which I don't even understand how it's possible. We could call them catastrophic logistics issues.
Vos orders. Si. Fa.
See.
Patch? Yeah, I mean, unless something is, like, literally broken and the game isn't playable, I don't know how... Maybe it's because they have to work on all the different games at once. Because it's just the one team that does everything. Maybe that has to do with it. Yep, he sure got a Vil kill. Also, why was this series first and the other series second? I mean, I guess to be kind to Yo in his time zone, but... I mean, maybe you also want to save the Hera series for later, but I don't know, man. That was very one-sided, to say the least. I mean, but Hearttt deserves it, right? Crushing performance over double the units made. Way more of everything collected. Well, 2 play all 3s, but yeah. Microsoft issue? It is an issue that likely involves Microsoft / World's Edge and its interaction with Forgotten Empires, and I don't know who's to blame in it. But somebody done goofed. Blame Greenland? Why Greenland? Yeah, really sad that, you know, he wouldn't be getting the later stages of a tournament with Yo, but he didn't deserve it today. All right, so they don't even have the draft up yet, so I'm just going to head off because no reason to do things. But I will be back tomorrow and all weekend, so thank you for watching, everybody. See you tomorrow.